Hello, hello. It is a beautiful day. The sun is shining. It is not snowing. These two things make me very happy considering it's not even December yet. I am here today to talk about trust and more specifically, self-trust. This is a muscle that I believe you can exercise and get better at over time. It doesn't necessarily come naturally, but you can practice it and get better all the time. So I've got some scattered random notes here. I'm hoping this is going to come out fairly organized, but bear with me. So just briefly, I've been working on my own self-trust muscle for probably a good 8 years. And that's because I had to. I was forced into relying on myself because I got divorced, which was never part of my plan, right? So I found myself not knowing what I was going to do for work, not knowing where I was going to live, not knowing how to share my kids, not knowing a lot of stuff. I was in a lot of confusion and chaos at that time. And prior to that time, I had deferred a lot of my trust to other people. So I trusted my parents to help me make decisions about myself. I trusted my spouse during our marriage. I trusted some of my friends. You know, I would get everyone else's input about what I should do or what I should pursue. And I couldn't do that once I got divorced. My father died, passed away 3 months before I was divorced, so he wasn't available. My mom was grieving, so I didn't want to lean on her. And obviously my spouse wasn't around anymore. So I was the only one, and didn't choose the path of building my own trust, but got forced into it. And things worked out for me, right? Like I figured out a lot of things and got to a place where life was good again, right? But if I think about where I was even just at the beginning of this year, I had a corporate job that had, gave me a pretty abundant salary, a steady paycheck that I could rely on every 2 weeks. And, but I wasn't happy. That job was sucking my soul. And the thought of looking for a similar job kind of nauseated me, basically. I didn't want to do it. And I tried doing two things at the same time. I had this dream of being an entrepreneur and having my own business and coaching clients, but I was relying on the security of the regular paycheck. And so there was a lot of fear. And I made a leap of faith. I decided to trust myself, to launch my business, and to walk away from that corporate job. It wasn't easy. And the journey is ongoing, right? I'm still figuring things out. I'm still, I'm still doing the stuff to make things even better. But here's what I've been thinking a lot about lately is the consequence of not trusting yourself. Here's the first one, is that number one, you delegate the responsibility of getting what you want to someone else. You delegate it to your spouse or to your parents or to your kids or to your sister or whatever. You're giving someone else your power to connect with what you want. Number two, you turn your back on yourself. You turn your back on your soul and what it really wants. You ignore all those whispers that sort of lead you toward, what is calling to you. And number three, you defer to a future someday, thinking it's going to happen, but the truth is that it never actually does. Like, you literally have to choose to do something different, which leads me to my 4-step process of how to build this self-trust muscle. Step 1 is that you have to decide to trust yourself. It is a decision. You can stop deferring to other people. Number 2, you have to accept the fact that you're going to fail and you're going to make mistakes. And that's kind of uncomfortable, right? And one way that I have found to sort of deal with that is step 3, ask yourself this question. If I take this step, X step, what is the worst thing that could happen? And I'm going to offer that probably the worst thing that's going to happen is an emotion. You're going to feel terrible. You're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to be scared. You're going to feel uncertain. But all of those are just an emotion inside your body. So hand in hand, when I am thinking about what is the worst thing that can happen, and I land on, whatever emotion I think I'm going to feel, I tell myself, I can handle it. Yeah, I'm going to be scared. Yeah, I am going to be confused. But you know what? I can handle it. I've handled those emotions before. I can do it again. And then step 4 is to believe that trusting yourself, no, not to believe that trusting yourself is worth it. You have to believe that you're worth it, that going after what you want is deserving, is valuable, that it really will make a difference for who you are and who you want to become and what you want to do. Like, you're so worth it. You have to believe that. All right, so those are my random thoughts this morning about trust. I hope they're helpful. If you have questions, post them. Oh, I talk longer. I usually try to keep my videos to 5 minutes. This one's 8, so I'm going to say adios, and I will check in next week.